Hi guys, we are back again with our task 1 exercise for the academic version of the IELTS exam. And in my last two videos I discussed the main features. I will come back to this again because it's so important for our response. If we take a look at the graph itself, I will mention some features that you want to mention in your introduction. Yes, and then we will take a quick look at the overall statement, and I will discuss briefly what you want to mention in your body paragraphs 1 and 2. Now, the first thing that you want to mention, of course, in the introduction is the type of graph. Now, this is of course a line graph. The second thing that you want to mention in the graph is the topic, or in other words, what does the graph show. Next, what you want to mention in this in your introduction would be where the information is measured. Now, in our situation, that is not given, so you can skip it. And you also want to mention the time, when was it measured, and besides that, finally, you also want to mention how the information was measured. So in our case, it is a line graph, and it shows the revenue of 4 international companies during the years 2020 and 2021, and the information is measured in billion US dollars. Okay, so these are the main features that you want to mention in your introduction. Now let's take a look at an example of my introduction. And here it says, the line graph, that is a feature, shows the proceeds of 4 transnational corporations. Here I do not copy the exact words from the task. This is something that you should do as well. Do not copy the exact words from the task, because then you will lose points. So you want to find some synonyms in order to avoid that problem. Next, I'm going to mention the time, when was it measured, and as you remember, there was no where, because that information is not given. And finally, the numbers are measured in billion US dollars. So here you can find some elements that are relevant for us to mention in the introduction. So you could basically say these are the main features that you want to mention in your introduction. Wow. Now let's go back to the graph again. As you remember, there were 2 lines going up and 2 lines going down. Of course, there are some fluctuations here and there, but in my overall statement, that will be the second paragraph of your response, you want to say something nice about the overall trend. And in our situation, like I said, 2 of them are going up and 2 of them are going down. And what's also very important, remember, one element of the task asks for comparisons, and here I have the perfect opportunity to do just that. And very important for your overall statement, do not mention any details and do not mention any numbers. Now, how does that look like? Take a look at my example. Overall, I definitely want to begin with a word like this. Overall, despite some fluctuations, I say this because, well, I do acknowledge that the line does not go straight up or straight down, so there are some fluctuations, and I acknowledge that with this noun phrase. Let's say it like that. Overall, despite some fluctuations, the revenue of companies M and A depicted an upward trend, whereas company E and C demonstrated a downward trend. Now, important with these graphs is that the dates here are in the past, 2020 and 2021, because now we are in 2022, so this is in the past. And in my introduction I use an present simple, but after that, in the overall statement and in my body paragraphs, I will continue with a past tense. I will not use present tenses, I will not use the present perfect tense. Please pay attention to that, because if you do that, of course you will lose points. Yes? And as you can see, I highlighted whereas, because this is my first comparisons, my relevant comparisons. 2 lines go up, whereas the other 2 go down. And also, again, I repeat this, in the overall statement you do not mention any details, you do not mention any numbers. And as you can see, no details, no numbers in this overall statement. Now, finally, you're going to continue with body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, in which you are going into detail. Now, how do you distribute this information? Try to distribute this information as logically as possible. That would be, for instance, in our situation, everything that goes up, I write down in my body paragraph 1, and everything that goes down, you write it in body paragraph 2. And sometimes they talk about men or they talk about women. You can talk about men in one paragraph and you can talk about women in another paragraph, right? Or they are comparing 2 other things. For me, the most logical way to distribute this information is, in this case, everything that goes up, for instance, in body paragraph 2, and the rest in body paragraph 1. Alright? So now in the next video I will definitely go into the more details for the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, and then you will have seen a complete response to task 1 of the academic IELTS exam. Alright, now thank you again for watching, for your attention. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe, because I am going to upload many more videos. And if you want to stay in the loop and definitely increase your grade, I would stay tuned and subscribe. Also, do not forget to click on the link in the description, and this will give you a quick peek view of my book that you can find also on Amazon. And in that book, of course, you find all the secrets you need to know to improve your grade and start the rest of your life with a nice IELTS exam, and perhaps, who knows, you can go to another country and do a master degree or just live there, right? Because they ask for rather high grades. Again, thank you for watching and see you next video. Ciao.